Where'd you get all these clothes from?
The challenge with all of this issue is that there are no simple soundbite answers of what would it take just to fix it.
Homelessness is a constant dilemma for the city and for the organizations who are working to help people find homes.
But what are you supposed to do about it?
It's so much better to contribute to the things that are going to help people long term than to just simply hand something out not knowing whether you're helping someone or not.
The organizations that do this work every day say the best way to make an impact is to volunteer.
It really gives a face to the experience of homelessness.
Bruce Spangler runs Volunteer Ministry Center. It's the group that operates Manvilla Manor and offers other resources for people without homes.
At the corner of North Broadway and 5th, those in need line up for a meal. Chili, greens, cornbread, and some cookies. A simple home-cooked meal to help those without one.
Yeah, we're doing good. How are you?
Two couples, Sarah and David Hetrick, and Kate and Roy McCullough, are volunteering with VMC. They're new to all of this.
You know, it's hard to hold the philosophy of bringing people up from the bottom and helping those who are less fortunate unless you do the work.
For Sarah Hetrick, as the plate is passed, it's hard not to see the fine line between those serving the food and those eating it.
A lot of people really are not given any opportunities, and they're just born into a situation where they can't get out, you know, and I get really upset about it.
Each new face, a new pair of eyes, revealing so much more than a downward glance on the street ever could.
I think I see a soul. There's a person there.
I see a person. I see a person that puts their pants on just like I do.
I see a heart and a soul, and, you know, there but for the grace of God.
These four understand some may question the motives, wonder why can't the homeless pull themselves up, fix their problems themselves. David Hetrick says it's not his role to judge, just to serve.
I mean, there might be some cases where people take advantage, but very, very seldom I think that's the case. And again, it's not up to me as a giver to determine that. I think the good Lord, you know, watches us and you know, he judges us on how we do that.
You just need somebody to help you. So that's all we're trying to do. It's not a great humanitarian effort. We're just trying to be human beings.
There are dozens of groups in Knoxville that work with the homeless, and every one of them needs help.
It's so important that we all work together because we know we don't have enough resources available. And so by working together, we can maximize every dollar and every volunteer hour that we have available to us.
People who work with the homeless in Knoxville recommend you volunteer with groups that are part of a network working with the city. They say that prevents you from causing more harm than good.
There are good-hearted and kind folks in our community who will go and pass out food, pass out clothing, those kinds of things for folks who they may see under the bridge or wherever. When they're doing that, that is not helping the homeless, quote unquote. Sometimes that when we are doing those kinds of things, it's mostly about us and not about them.
The experts always go back to housing when it comes to really making a difference.
We really shout from the rooftop that everybody deserves housing. Everybody deserves housing.
It takes the community looking at the whole thing and how can I do my part to give somebody a chance or to make a resource available to help folks get off the street.
Homelessness in Knoxville isn't going away in the near future, but people who made it out of homelessness say even making a difference for one person can help.
When I asked them the question, I said, what made the difference? What was the one thing that made the difference for you to get out of homelessness? Every one of them said a relationship.
They either didn't know where to go or they tried it before and didn't like it, and we're just trying to get them back.
I don't want no other person being the same road I have.
You know, I want a home, something that I can lay my head down and say, I did this.